Mimi's ready to read to you Bedtime for Frances. Might split this one up in 2 videos. By Russell Hoban, pictures by Garth Williams. He did pictures for Little House on the Prairie, I believe. The big hand of the clock is at 12. The little hand is at 7. See the clock? It is 7 o'clock. It is bedtime for Frances. Mother said, "It is time for bed." Father said, "It is time for bed." Frances said, "I want a glass of milk." "All right," said Father. "All right," said Mother. "You may have a glass of milk." Frances drank the milk. "Carry me to my room, Father," said Frances. "All right," said Father. "Piggyback," said Frances. So Father carried her piggyback to her room. Father kissed Frances goodnight. Mother kissed Frances goodnight. Frances said, "May I sleep with my teddy bear?" Father gave her teddy bear. Frances said, "May I sleep with my doll too?" Mother gave her the doll. "Good night," said Father. "Good night," said Mother. "Did you kiss me?" said Frances. "Yes," said Mother. "Yes," said Father. There's the kisses. "Kiss me again," said Frances. Father kissed her again. Mother kissed her again. They closed the door. "May I have the door open?" said Frances. Father opened the door. "Good night," said Mother. "Good night," said Father. "Good night," said Frances. Frances could not sleep. She closed her eyes, but she still could not sleep, so she began to sing a little song about the alphabet. She made it up as she went along. Uh-oh. Turning a page. A is for apple pie, B is for bear, C is for crocodile combing his hair, D is for dumplings. Frances kept singing through E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, and R, and she had no trouble until she got near the end of the alphabet. S is for sailboat, T is for tiger, U is for underwear down in the dryer. Frances stopped because dryer did not sound like tiger. She started to think about tigers. She thought about big tigers and little tigers, baby tigers, mother and father tigers, sister tigers and brother tigers, aunt tigers and uncle tigers. "I wonder if there are any tigers around here," she said. Frances looked around her room. She thought maybe she could see a tiger in the corner. She was not afraid, but she wanted to be sure. So she looked again. She was sure she could see a tiger. Uh-oh, she's making herself scared, isn't she? She went to tell Mother and Father. "There's a tiger in my room," said Frances. "Did he bite you?" said Father. "No," said Frances. "Did he scratch you?" said Mother. "No," said Frances. "Then he is a friendly tiger," said Father. "He will not hurt you. Go back to sleep." "Do I have to?" said Frances. "Yes," said Father. "Yes," said Mother. So much trouble today turning pages. I'm sorry, kids. Father kissed her. Mother kissed her. Frances went back to bed and finished her song on the way. She closed her eyes again. She still could not sleep. Frances opened her eyes and looked around. She's making herself scared again, isn't she? She saw something big and dark. What is that, kids? That looks like a blanket on a chair, doesn't it? Or on the end of her bed? I think it's on a chair. Giants are big and dark, she thought. I think it is a giant. I think that giant wants to get me. And she went into the living room. Now that's silly. She's scaring herself, isn't she? Mother and Father are watching television, having tea and cake. And Frances said, "There's a giant in my room." "May I watch television?" "No," said Mother. "No," said Father. Frances said, "The giant wants to get me. May I have some cake?" Father gave Frances a piece of cake. Father said, "How do you know he wants to get you?" Frances said, "Isn't that what giants do?" Father said, "Not always. Why don't you ask him what he wants?" Frances went back to her room. She went right over to the giant. She said, "What do you want, giant?" I'm going to pause here.